Hey, 1, 2. um, All right, welcome in everybody to the second live race of the Jova Orb Circuit. We are going to be watching 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 runners run this seed. I'm going to be working on this crop a little bit as we get started here. The runners will fire up as soon as everybody shows they're ready in the race room. I'm just going to be working on this crop just a little bit in here. And J Dirk says, I just took a crop. This is, let's see, what is this? This is a town rando. I believe just standard, I believe it's just standard regular flags. So this is part of the Jova Orb Circuit. Excuse me. The Jova Orb Circuit is a Castlevania 2 randomizer tournament. And we're going to watch 7 runners who are doing great things. And they're all getting ready to fire up and go. So we got just a few seconds left here and we'll be starting off. So far, currently, Billick is in first place. David Amber is in second place in this seed, or in this tournament. And it looks like here we go. Players are firing up as we speak. You can restream these nuts. All right, looks like 2 of the runners are running. JD Silva just fired up. Billick and Kigalonian have just fired up. So everybody is running now. Stephen Q Beats also running. Now, if this gets real close, if this is a real close finish, we may have to go back to frame counts here, or at least look at the individual runners' timers, because it looks like David's a minute in, and looks like Stephen Q Beats is only 18 seconds in. So not quite a flawless start, but it's not going to hurt anybody. All right, so taking a look here, Jova is the starting spot, as always, and it looks like Jova is in the Alba location, which is nice. We like that. All right, David Amber picking up the white crystal there. How you doing there, Freeland? Good to see you. Thank you for rolling the seed. Appreciate that. Well, it looks like David Amber's going to do a little Jova zombie grind. Meanwhile, it looks like 2 of our other runners, or Kigalonian and Billick, have found another spot to grind there. JD Silva finding Berkeley Mansion in the Ondel spot. So it looks like we've got Berkeley Mansion in Ondel. We have Jova in Alba. Stephen Q Beat's going to go ahead and do Berkeley here with no oak stake. David Amber picking up some laurels. So we have heart, crystal, and laurels in Jova. Having the heart and laurels in Jova when it's an Alba start is actually fantastic. It allows you to go ahead and do that Brahms check early, get what you got to get there, and move on. Meanwhile, Stephen Q Beat's grabbing that first level up in Berkeley. David Amber going to farm right here on the Dead River, which is typically a pretty good spot to farm. This looks like a nice set. He'll be able to go in and out, getting 6 hearts at a pop. Billick finding a less than favorable grind spot here. Those enemies take a lot of hits. Stephen Q Beats finds an oak stake in Berkeley. Wow, nice. That's a good find. He doesn't have any way to check any of these clues, though. And we're going to be able to see what Stephen Q Beats finds. At the orb here. Garlic. Okay, nice find. Nice find. Garlic is a nice find, especially with this being in this spot. Stephen Q Beats might be ahead of the game here because he's going to grab a second oak stake and he'll be able to go ahead and do the graveyard duck check if he chooses. This could be intriguing. 5 minutes in, Kiglonian is using a laurel and is going to go check the Brahms spot. Math teacher guy probably going to do the same thing, but we're going to see here in just a moment. That leather whip is not kind this early in the game on the Dead River. Yeah, it's an odd deal there, but it worked out. Now, Kiglonian has found Alba. So we're going to see Kig go ahead and check Brad Mountain here. And David finding algebra. Stephen Q Beats now heading down to do the garlic check. He'll be the first one to do that. If he finds a block breaker here, this could break wide open for him. Meanwhile, David getting ready to check the crystal vendor and finds a crystal, vanilla crystal. So David now has the blue crystal. It's tough watching 7 streams at once here. I missed what was at the mountain. Crystal. So all three crystals are within throwing distance of the starting location. So interesting. All right, we got a stake in Alba. Meanwhile, looks like Kigalonian has now decided to go ahead and hit up Berkeley. Let create also in Berkeley. David Amber getting ready to go get his crystal from the mountain. For those of you that don't know, Town Rando is a randomizer that shuffles all the towns and mansions up. So the map is the same as it always is, but instead of Jova being where it is, it could be anywhere. You could have a mansion where a town should be. You could have a town where a mansion should be, etc. Yeah, it looks like Billick is trying to grind up to level 2 now. Not a bad play, especially because down there on that last pip of health. So close to that level. Meanwhile, it looks like Kigalonian is not going to grab that oak stake because he's already got one. He probably will grab one on the way out, I would imagine. JD Silva picking up his second crystal. All right, David Amber now has the heart, all three crystals, oak stake, and laurels. It's a interesting set of early items here. Looks like David's going to grind up here as well. Meanwhile, Kigalonian and Billick are both currently in Berkeley. And Stephen Q. Beats, who did Berkeley early, is now on his way to the Veros spot. Or the Berkeley spot. We don't know yet. Yeah, that would be unfortunate. Freeland asks if it's a Yomi block breaker seed. It certainly could be. We've seen a few of those already in this tournament. They're challenging, but they happen. So no block breaker for Billick. He will not be able to grab his clues that he wants. Meanwhile, David Amber goes ahead and grabs that level. He's going to be heading over to Berkeley as well now. So Stephen Q. Beats currently probably in the lead. Although I think he probably would like to get his level as well. Yeah, it would be hilarious. All right, Stephen Q. Beats going down and finding Yomi in Veros, which is actually good because it's out of the way. You don't have to come back here again, and you know that the Laruba spot will be required. Well, maybe not required, but certainly Yomi's not there. So we'll see if Stephen Q. Beats goes for a graveyard jump here because he has all three of his crystals. So I could certainly see a cemetery jump here. Meanwhile, David Amber trying to boost off these bats, and he gets the boost. Nicely done. He's finding Veros. Finding Veros in it's either Veros or Doina he's finding right here. Pretty sure it's Veros. Bat boost is the worst. Get it out of my sight. All right. Looks like Billick grabs his garlic there. Stephen Q. Beats continuing his trek across here. This is Doina he's in. And Doina has a whip. Very nice. David Amber finding Rover here. He's doing a good job here. Stephen Q. Beats exiting Doina now. He's got his whip that he wanted. And he's going to be heading over to Dobby's Path. Meanwhile, David Amber here is going to be doing Rover backwards. He does not have the holy water, so it honestly makes a little more sense to do this since he already has an oak stake. Math teacher guy leaving out of Yomi now. Probably going to head up and do Doina himself and grab his whip. Meanwhile, looks like Billick is heading for the Storygoi Graveyard to do his garlic check. Let Create looking for a good grind here in Jova. Meanwhile, looks like JD Silva is heading up to grab his second oak stake in Berkeley. Stephen Q. Beats is grinding up for some hearts. All right, David Amber successfully makes it to the top of the chimney climb. Billick goes ahead and gets his item from the graveyard, trying to get that bat boost as well, but finding those bats to be less than favorable. Math teacher guy going to grab his whip. David Amber's about to know what's in the Rover orb, which I'm excited to see. And he finds another oak stake. Let's see what the vendor's got now. He won't be able to do the clue check down here unless he gets a block breaker. And he gets a ring. That's a good find. It's a required item, so I think probably David's now going to head towards the Rover location, I would imagine. Though he does not have the information that Yomi is in Varos yet. He chose to blob boost instead of walk. Stephen Q. Beats heading over down towards Dobby's Path now. Fortunately, does not have a way to break a block, so he will just continue on through and probably either head to the Rover or the Algebra spot. No block breakers yet. Although I did not see what was Laurel's. Okay. All right, Billick finds Rover now. So if there's not a block breaker down here in the Rover spot, then it will be a Trolley Water Seed. How you doing there, Quenda Rush? Oak Stake begets Oak Stake. That is correct. All right, David Amber heading down to the Rover spot now, probably hoping to find a mansion. He does find one. It is Laruba. So this is actually, this kind of sucks for having a leather whip, but David Amber's talented enough to be able to do this without much of an issue, I would imagine. Leatheruba. Hopefully he's still got a laurel or two to help him through. He does. He has a couple of laurels. Meanwhile, Billick heading up to get his oak stake from the rover orb. And at the same time, looks like Stephen Q. Beats is making that same play here. David Amber does not have a lot of hearts right now, so this is going to be a challenge for him. Hopefully the vendor does not have anything that's super required. He's not even going up there right now. He doesn't have the juice for it. Amber getting killed by that blob. Stephen Q. Beats grabs his oak stake. He's going to go ahead and do his drop. I did not see what David Amber got there. Was it a whip? Must have been a whip. No, it wasn't. Maybe laurels. Laurels, okay. All right, David Amber checking Laruba Orb and finding a gold knife, which isn't terrible. He will be able to do some things to Carmella, but obviously this is still a 240 hit Carmella, so... You defecate in your pants if you saw it. There's no doubt. There's no doubt. All right, Billick exiting Rover now. Looks like JD Silva is cruising across the bridge there. Let create in Doina to get that whip. Oh, nice double. David Amber using some golden knife strats here. Meanwhile, Kigalonian is navigating his way also into the Doina spot, where he will also grab a whip if he has the cash for it. Billick heading down to Laruba right now. Hopefully his heart situation is a little better than Amber's. Math teacher guy also in Laruba. Although Math Teacher Guy does have a Thorn Whip here, so he's going to have a slight advantage as far as offensive power goes. Though I don't know that his whip rhythm is quite as good as David's. All right, we have Billick in Laruba now. Billick also without a secondary whip. Looks like the Blob Boost decision. The folks who did the Blob Boost don't have a leather whip, or don't have a Thorn Whip, and those that did not do the Blob Boost do have an extra whip right now for Laruba. So we are hoping to see something good out of Carmella here. I'm thinking if there's an Oak... Ooh, that's not good for David. He took a big hit there. One more hit like that, and he's dead. I'll have to start over. Billick using that Sacred Flame. And going to go ahead and use another Laurel here just to make sure he gets up there with enough health. So right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 of our runners are in Laruba at this time. Okay, there's a silver knife. Math teacher guy finds a silver knife at the vendor, so David Amber does not need that. He does need whatever Carmilla has, though. Hopefully it's something good. I'd like to see a block breaker here. Math teacher guy heading down is going to find some laurels at the bottom. David Amber gets garlic. So nothing in Laruba was required. Silver knife, gold knife, laurels, and garlic. All right, in the meantime, it looks like we have ourselves a trolley water seed here, folks. There's no block breaker west of the tornado, or east of the tornado. All right, David's going to go up and check the vendor and find that he's not going to need what they've got. He'll be pleased about that. And Billick doing the old D'Amber boost and taking a death down at the bottom there. Not a huge deal. He doesn't know Carmilla's not needed, but the entirety of Laruba was fadeable, which is not common. Often, most of the time, you'll have something in Laruba you need, or at least something that's useful, like a whip. I guess I got a couple of sub-weapons. David Amber taking a long time on this graveyard hand kill. He's going to find the silver knife up here and is going to skip it. Obviously, he doesn't have the hearts for it anyway. Meanwhile, Kigalonian has found Rover and is heading in there to get his stuff. He's going to find the ring and an oak stake in here. David Amber very pleased about not needing that silver knife, although I'm sure he's not happy that he does not need... Or I'm sure he's not happy that he does not have a block breaker at this point. Billick going ahead and using golden knife strats on Carmilla here. Makes perfect sense. Math teacher guy working on some whip rhythm stuff. Let Create also in Rover. So JD Silva, Let Create, and Kig have all entered Rover at the same time. So every runner right now is currently in a mansion. 3 runners are fighting Carmilla at the same time. And 2 are navigating Rover. 3 are navigating Rover. Fascinating. All right, Amber pulling out of here. He's probably going to go and do the garlic check, which will give him laurels, which he does not need at this point because he's fully stocked. It's tough to say who's leading right now. I think... Yeah, I think you're right about that, Freeland. That early Berkeley advantage from Stephen Q. Beats is gone with the finding the garlic. Finding the garlic at Carmilla there. Math teacher guy and Billick both are attacking Carmilla currently. Math teacher guy working on that whip rhythm lately. I'd like to see the improvement there. Meanwhile, looks like David Amber is heading over to do the old garlic check. Going to find some laurels and then probably warp out of here, is my guess. And take the tornado. Or go do the graveyard duck and then the tornado. Yeah. That's about what I figured. Kigalonian, JD Silva, and Let Create all still navigating Rover. Math teacher guy and Billick are both still working on that Carmilla kill. Meanwhile, Stephen Q. Beats rocking the overworld here. David is going to be heading towards the tornado here. after he does his garlic check. So we're almost 30 minutes in here with no block breakers. Luckily, there's not a ton of stuff we're skipping here. Honestly, there really hasn't been, other than Alba. They're not going to be skipping anything other than the Dobby's Path. So Dobby's Path and the 2 Alba checks is really all these runners are missing by not having a block breaker this side of the tornado. They're not really having to fade all that much, which is good news. Could end up meaning they don't have to come back for those 2. David Amber going for the boost here. More than likely we'll see him heal up in the church after grabbing some hearts. Let Create is now going for a graveyard jump. David Amber going to take this death before he tries to traverse the swamp here. Billick is now exiting Laruba. Keglonian not happy to find Laruba right there. Let Create gets a successful graveyard jump and is now heading over to Veros, which is right behind David Amber, heading that direction. Meanwhile, Stephen Q. Beats navigating Alba currently, heading towards the... going to be heading over towards the Brad Mountain here. David Amber's ready to make this jump and is going to take this thing across. Although, I don't know that it makes a whole lot of sense doing this here. With an Alba start, it almost makes more sense, especially without having the eyeball or a block breaker to warp back home and take the tornado. But we'll see. Maybe he feels like this is faster, and it might be. It might be faster. But when I did that garlic check, I would have warped back and taken the tornado as opposed to doing the thing. The blob boost. Yeah, I would have thought warping out from the graveyard duck and then taking the tornado would have been the route I would have taken there, but David's a better rando player than me. I don't question his routing generally, unless it's just flat out dumb. Oh no, splash. David Amber takes a bath. Math teacher guy has entered Rover now. Let Create currently the same spot David's at, roughly. Nobody has found a block breaker yet. All right, finding that whip. Billick finds the whip. Can't afford it yet. David Amber finds Ondel. Finding Ondel in the bodily spot. Meanwhile, JD Silva and Kig are now doing Laruba. Billick going to go ahead and heal up in that church there. Math teacher guy heading down to Storygoy Graveyard. David Amber is going to go ahead and do this Ondel check in the Morningstar room, hopefully finding a block breaker. And it's a dagger. So he's got all 3. Well, he's got 2 of the 3. 2 of the 3 knives now. But cannot do the other check, so he's got to head over to the Doina location now. Looking more and more like a Yomi Holy Water Seed all the time. But yeah, 33 minutes in here, no block breakers. That's it's always fun. And now we have left behind some things. We've left behind Veros, if he had a block breaker coming from that direction. Veros, Alba, and Dobby's Path are really all that's left for those guys. David Amber finding Bodley and is going to skip it. Skipping Bodley. So all that's left is Brahms, and Brahms must be in the Yomi spot, so that's where David's heading, is to Brahms right now. Now currently David needs the rib, eyeball, nail, and cross in order to finish. So obviously then not all of that's going to be in Brahms, but I think that he probably feels like his chances are better to find a block breaker there than in Bodley, since there's 3 checks instead of 2, and these players haven't gotten any clues yet. Yeah, no reason to do Bodley right now. No block breaker. It's out of logic. And we're going to take a death right there. Meanwhile, Billick, I believe, is just slightly behind Amber right now in time. Though he does have his whip now, which is great. David Amber going across the Swamp of Sadness here. Nice dagger crit. Stephen Q. Beats heading that direction as well, getting ready to find Bodley. David Amber enters Brahms, taking the double D-Amber boost. D-Amber boost hype in the chat. Meanwhile, Billick is now heading east to west here. I don't believe Billick has yet been to Algebra. Let Create also in Brahms now. So Let Create could actually, if there's a block breaker in here, Let Create could be in a pretty good spot as well. JD Silva still working on Carmella there. Stephen Q. Beats also hitting the Swamp of Sadness right now and is getting ready to head down and also be in Brahms. So we'll have 3 players in Brahms while Billick goes into Algebra here. And he's going to grab what's there in Algebra, which would be a crystal, a vanilla crystal in the crystal spot. Or did he change his mind and turn around? Maybe he's farming. So now we have Amber, Stephen Q. Beats, and Let Create all currently in Brahms. Looks like Billick's doing a little farming here. Gonna find Algebra with no way to break blocks. We're gonna see him grab his red crystal, and I would imagine he'll probably warp. Amber does not. I know that for sure. Oh, I didn't see what the vendor had there. Amber does not have an oak stake. I'm not sure about the others. Diamond, okay. Thank you for that, Freeland. All right, David Amber getting ready to try the dagger crit on Death here, and hopefully Death has that holy water. That's what we want to see. All right, Let Create did have an oak stake, but I didn't see what was there. Oak stake in the orb. Okay, that's good to know. Got to think that Death has a block breaker here. Got to. I mean, we're kind of at that point where not a whole lot of checks left, if any, available. Yeah, there it is. David Amber with the first one with a block breaker. Let Create not too far behind, but does not have the dagger for the crit. So he's going to have to do the whip down. But as to me right now, I feel like David Amber's in the lead, and I feel like Stephen Q Beats is not too far behind. Looks like Amber's going to be doing the Jova check, the Jova location, which he has not yet done. All right, Stephen Q Beats getting ready to kill Death here and grab that holy water. So we don't know what's in Bodley now. We do not know yet what is in Dobby's Path. The 2 block breaker checks in Alba, both checks in Veros, 1 check in Ondel, and both checks in Algeba. Both door checks in Algeba are all unknown at this point. Laurels are for sale in Veros. That's actually a pretty good clue. It cuts Veros, the need to go back to Veros in half. Amber getting his ass kicked by Fred there. That was fun. All right, looks like Let Create is going to check this clue here. If he can kill that panther. There we go. Nice. Let's see if this clue is good. Whip is for sale. So Whip is for sale in Veros. So it's Whip. Whip and Laurels in Veros. So Veros is not required. If David Amber had grabbed that, he would not have to go back there. I think he may go back there anyway, even though he knows half of it's not required. Meanwhile, Billick heading back across the bridge here. Going to be heading down to Brahms to grab that holy water. David Amber doing a little grinding here in algebra. Math teacher guy in Berkeley right now. Gonna find a steak at the top and then garlic down below. As Billick heads up to grab this holy water here, math teacher guy in Rover is going to find his oak steak here. Or garlic, excuse me, he's in Berkeley, not Rover. Kigalonian now in Ondel, getting ready to go down. So we're going to see what's in this check. Or no, he doesn't have the holy water yet. Kigaloni is currently in Ondel, which is in the bodily spot, so Kig is going to have to head over and grab the holy water from Brahms before he can do anything else, because we know the nail has to be holy water checked, at least we believe it to be. David Amber now needing the cross, the eyeball, and the rib. Amber gets the nail in algebra. All right, Amber finds a whip. So algebra was helpful, very helpful. Algebra had the crystal, a rib, and the whip. Let create is, oh, just took a bath, head to the tornado. Let create's probably going to do Ondel now and potentially Bodley. Meanwhile, David Amber also heading a direction. Not sure why he wouldn't have warped there. Unless he's farming. Save the use of one laurel anyway. Billick about to grab his holy water from death as soon as he can get that dagger crit to go. Meanwhile, Kigalonian is now heading into Brahms here. David Amber trying to get this last level here. Not efficient farming, but good enough. Billick struggling to get this death crit here. And he gets his holy water. Good job, Billick. Stephen Q. Beats now is going to check the clue in algebra. He will also, as he is here, he'll grab the rib and the whip while he's here. All right, David grabs his level there. Meanwhile, we've got Let Create heading out of Bodley, or heading up into Bodley here. Amber doing the Alba checks. And is going to find the cross. Nice. One last check in Alba for David Amber. I think feels like he's going to need some more hearts maybe. Meanwhile, Billick heading the direction as well. Looks like he's going to grind up himself here a little bit. Stephen Q. Beat's going to finish clearing Algebra. This is tough, man. This is pretty tight. There's several players here that are not too far from each other in time. Math teacher guy takes a bath there. Meanwhile, Let Create is heading up, and we're gonna see what Bodley's got for us here. Interesting routing differences between all the players right now. David Amber heading up to the top. We're gonna see what is in the top room of Alba, and it's Laurels, which isn't bad, but it's probably not what he was looking for. All right, David Amber heading west. Math teacher guy currently hanging out in Alba. Let Create finds the rib. So the rib is in Bodley? Oh, the rib is free in Devious Woods. Well, why did I put the rib was in Algebra? That was incorrect. I'm not sure what was there. JD Silva using garlic strats on death. The old bone broth. David Amber doing Berkeley right now. He's going to find an oak steak and garlic here, so not going to be super pleased with that. But he does have the ability to grab clues here, so if he grabs clues, this could be a beneficial seed for him. He's heading for the first clue now. Meanwhile, JD Silva with all the sub-weapons. Now, he already knew that. Okay, Billick grabs a oak steak from Alba. And he's going to find the cross in here. Piglonian getting a little farming in. JD Silva currently also doing a little farming as well. Math teacher guy heading west to east. Going towards Rover here, which is in Algebra. He's going to find the oak steak and a ring in here. It's not going to do him a whole lot of good. Other than the ring, it's good to have the ring. I don't even know if he has an oak stake, though. Whip and Bodley's Orb. Huh. Interesting. Freeland, did you happen to see what the Bodley vendor had? I did not see. I was watching Billick. We're 54 minutes in now, and David Amber's only 2 items away from go mode. David Amber finding in Berkeley, finding that garlic that he did not need. So we know the rib is in Davi's path. That's something that we do know. However, we do not know where the eyeball is. I do not believe we have seen Dobby's path yet either. So Bodley Vendor, Dobby's path, I think are the only 2 we don't know. Kiglonian in Veros right now. Heading down is going to grab either Whip or Laurels here. Not sure. Grabs his Whip, but I did not have enough money for the Whip there. Bodley Vendor is Silk Bag. So we got to think here. If the rib is in the Flame Whip guy, then Eyeball kind of has to be in Dobby's path. Stephen Q. Beats just did Dobby's path. David Amber grabbing the eyeball here. So the eyeball was in Ondel. David Amber's one item away from go mode, but he doesn't know where it is. He hasn't seen the clue. Amber is about to be in go mode. All right, he got it. David Amber in go mode. Go mode sub hour. Well, it looks like David Amber's the only one that's either in go mode or no mode. Stephen Q Beats, but I don't think is too far behind. I haven't seen his inventory recently, but I think he's only missing 1 or 2 items. He's missing the rib and the eyeball. Luckily, they're right next to each other. And Billick finding that oak stake in Dobby's path. David Amber going through some laurels on the Bridge of Doom. And Billick now knows where the eyeball is, if he didn't already. Trolley water seeds are interesting, mostly for the viewer, not so much when you're running it, but when you don't get a block breaker until you get to the final town location, that can be a challenge because you got to go back and redo a large portion of the map again, as opposed to if you get holy water early, you don't skip a lot. Amber takes a death in Vrad Graveyard there. Meanwhile, Stephen Q Beats is on his way as well. Billick opting for the cemetery jump here. All right. David Amber entering Dracula's castle at 101:44 on the official timer. Stephen Q Beats is on the Bridge of Doom, heading that direction. Amber's hit a couple of quads recently. Let's see if he can get one in here. He did not. All right, Billick grabbing the eyeball here. Oh, the laurels, excuse me. He was in a different spot than I thought. He was in Varos, that's right. All right, going for the dagger crit. And GG's to David Amber. Well done, sir. 103.12, the final time. That was an exceptionally well done run. I thought he routed that very well, very clean. So GG's to David. That was excellent. All right. All right, Stephen Q Beats. Next up. Stephen Q Beats played this seed very well. Stephen Q Beats actually had an early advantage by doing Berkeley early and getting that early garlic, which I think is why this is so close, because that was advantageous. He was able to do the garlic checks without having to backtrack for them. Let's see David Amber's stats here. 19 deaths, 311 kills, 1,256 hearts. Not a bad seed. For being a trolley water seed with no whips, this was very well done. All right, we're going to watch Stephen Q Beats here. He's going to go down here and kill Dracula himself. Meanwhile, Billick has 2 items away. He'll find them both here. And then he'll be in go mode as well. Let's let Stephen Q Beats get this kill here, and then I'll see if I can open up my Discord to chat with the runners without my stream crashing, because when I open Discord, my stream crashes, which is awesome. Stephen Q Beats going to finish with a respectable time in the 1 minute or 1 hour and 5 minute area. And GG's to Stephen Q Beats, finishing up at 105.59 actual time.
Yo, let's go. Second place.
All right.
Yo, Samurai, thank you, man. Couldn't really talk during the race.
All right, we're going to head over here to Billick's stream. I'm going to watch him finish up. In the meantime, I'm going to try to open up Discord without my stream crashing so I can chat with the racers. We're going to try to do the CV2R Discord. Every time I try to pull this up, though, it chokes my stream out. So doing this during a race is not ideal. All right, give me 1 second. Let me try to pop this up here.
Yo.
David Amber.
Yo.
David Amber.
Can you hear me? Yo. Can you hear me? Yo. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
All right. Hello.
All right. Hello. All right. Can you hear me?
Oh, choked out my stream. Yeah, this yeah, Discord every time I try to open it up it chokes my stream out, and I don't want to detract from these other runners here. Billick going through Bodley is not going to find what he wants here. Give me just a moment here. I'm going to grab my phone, and maybe David Amber can hop on a phone call as the winner. He and I can have a quick chit chat. Give me 1 sec. Yo, GG's David Amber and Stephen Q Beats, guys. Really great job. Samurai, welcome in. Looks like math teacher guy. Yeah, Stephen Q Beats, you're the only one that did Berkeley first. You did Berkeley without an oak steak, and that was ballsy. But it got you the garlic early, and that garlic early put you in a pretty good spot. Go ahead. Well, GG's, by the way, Let Create. Let Create finishing up right around the 111.30 mark. All right, Stephen Q Beats has hopped off. Billick, Billick, I believe, is ready to rock and roll now. Kigalonian going to go ahead and grab, in Berkeley, grab that oak steak here, and there'll be garlic down in the orb, which he won't need, I don't believe. But nice job to the runners so far that have finished. I don't know where my damn phone is. I ran in when I got here. I might have left it in my car. I just ran in when I got here and set up so I could get the stream going for you guys. All right, Billick taking the tornado here. Ready to rock and roll, heading towards where he needs to go. Math teacher guy cleaning up in Alba. JD Silva finding, I believe, the last item needed. And is heading towards Drac. Kigalonian about to take that NATO in go mode as well, other than the cross, which he knows where that is. Or no, he doesn't know where that is. Billick heading on Billick in go mode currently, heading towards Drac to get that done. Nice floor drop there with the Laurel. JD Silva taking a bath. Kigalonian finding Bodley. Billick going back into Brahms here, thinking maybe he needs the orb, which he doesn't. I'm not sure what he's missing there. Yo, what's up, Let Create? Welcome in. Thank you for the raid. I hope everybody from Let Create stream, hope you all enjoyed the race. Very well run. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think Billick might have, I don't know, I'm not sure what he's missing currently. And Kigalonian heading down as well. JD Silva heading to Drac as we speak. Billick going ahead and getting that drop and gets the walk of shame, unfortunately. He's not going to find what he wants here. He's going to find an oak stake here. So Billick's just needing the ring. And that's in Rover in the... I thought he was at Rover already. Thought for sure he did Rover. Perhaps he didn't buy the ring because he didn't have the money at the time or something like that. But the Rover vendor has what he needs, and that's in the Algebra spot. He's just warped back to Alba, so he's got a ways to walk now. Kigalonian also heading down into Brahms. JD Silva now wrapped up and heading down to kill Dracula. Gets the nice single drop at the bottom. I think Billick's got to know. I think he's got to know where he's going at this point. But I don't know that I can't imagine he would have faded Rover. I can't recall what he was doing. I was watching 7 different races at once. Yeah, fading Bodley was definitely the move this time. JD Silva with the gold knife there. Ooh, looks like it could be a little bit of a struggle bus here. And JD Silva takes care of business. Dracula ending with a 1:18.52 official time. GG's. GG's to JD Silva. Coming in 4th place. Really well done. I believe that's 8 points on the leaderboard for JD Silva. Looks like both Billick and Math Teacher Guy are cruising through algebra here. Kegalonian finding that oak stake in Brahms. Probably not what he wanted to find there. Billick now with a flame whip, which is really nice. Yeah, David, your routing was really interesting. I think of all the routing, yours and Billick's were extremely interesting. It was fun to watch. I enjoyed because Billick did early Berkeley and he found an oak stake in Berkeley, which was interesting. Yeah, as soon as this run is done, I'm going to actually post this whole VOD to YouTube, so it'll be there permanently. Billick heading down to Laruba? Or no, he's going down to Yomi here. I think Billick just doesn't recall where he has been and hasn't been at this point. Yeah, GG's there, JD Silva. Congrats. 33 deaths, 489 kills, and 1,852 hearts. Pretty substantial. And this is actually next year's second qualifier. He's already finished them all. Alrighty. Yeah, Freeland, you should definitely hop in. I know you've got other priorities in life right now and stuff, but we sure would love to see you come in and run a seed with us. It'd be awesome. All right, Billick retracing his steps here. Meanwhile, math teacher guy heading towards Laruba location. Or maybe he's just coming to check this clue, not sure. Yeah, the Ruba, without a doubt. Okay, looks like Kigalonian is now in go mode. He's going to be heading to the tornado, I would imagine, here, and go ahead and kill his Dracula. Billick heading back to the tornado. I don't think he picked up that cross. Yeah, Bodley was in Doina, and Veros was in Laruba. Oh, he does have the cross. So he's missing the ring is what he needs, and that's in Rover. Oh, July 19 map rando. June 19th, door rando, July 19th, map rando. Interesting. Billick finding the dagger in Ondol. The eyeball is also here in Ondol. That ring he needs is all the way in the algebra spot in Rover, though. Yeah, I did a map rando seed last night. On stream. It was pretty rough. I mean, I was like an hour and 12 minutes, hour and 13 minutes. Yeah, map rando, that's a casual thing for sure. All right, Billick heading down to Storygoy Graveyard. Math teacher guy taking a bath. Kigalonian heading to Drac now. Billick hoping for this cemetery jump here, or this duck boost. Those bats have not been pleasant lately. Kigalonian taking that intentional death, and we're going to go into Dracula with full health here. Billick into Veros now. He's going to find a whip and laurels here. If he buys those laurels and does the swamp walk and reverse cemetery jump, he'll find that ring he needs. Yeah, a lot of bat boost lately. I've noticed that probably 1 out of every 2 seeds now is bat boost for me. It's weird. Billick heading down. He's going to find this whip that he already bought. And meanwhile, Kigalonian. Kigalonian now Drax Castle. Billick having to warp back to Jova here. Wow. All right, Kigalonian getting ready to take care of this vampire. Nice job, Kig. GG's Kigalonian, 129.19 official timer. Really well done.
I shouldn't be joking about it. Actually, what if it's a medical emergency?
All right, math teacher guy getting ready to finish up here. Defecated in your seat. That's so funny. All right, math teacher guy heading in for the Drac kill. Billick heading back across the river. I think he's just keeps missing that rover. He's gone all the way to the rover location, but has not gone to the algebra spot. That's the one spot he hasn't gone to. He may have gone to it earlier, but I don't think he did. Billick DNF. Okay. Math teacher guy with the no music golden knife kill here. GG's to math teacher guy. 131.30 is his final time.
I did it. Not last place.
Right.
Thank you for the GG's, Meow Minx.
GG's all the way around.
A forfeit, so I'm not sure if that counts as a not last place or not. Okay, we're gonna raid into. We're gonna raid over to Aubrey, who I believe is running this. Any of you that are used to my typical vibe here, it's gonna be a little rougher on the other side of this, so just be aware of that. So yeah, let's raid Aubrey. Where is he? Yep. Thanks for being here, though, Meow Minx, and everyone else that's been around. Appreciate that. And let's see what happens over on the other side there.
Okay. So we're going to do a quick phone call here with David Anber now that the stream is over with. Give me just a moment here. Any of the racers that want to hop in to the race room chat in Discord. Why is my Discord not even working right now? It's crazy. It's crazy, dog. All right, we're going to hop into the Discord online. Hop in here real quick. Have a little chat.
I completely forgot where the I completely forgot to go check that. So I ended up double dipping Berkeley to get the oak steak, and then I had to go double dip Brahms to find out what was in the orb, and it was an oak steak. So I had to take a few moments to go recuperate and figure out where that cross might be, and that pretty much killed my run.
Yeah, I never went back for the Brahms orb. Left it behind.
Yeah, I just sucked there.
Are we on with Opry right now?
I don't think so.
I'm on, but you guys
might
can't
be
hear me in
trying to figure
Discord,
it
so
out.
you'll have to
Looks
just
in-
talk.
Yeah, I hear myself through a stream.
Yeah.
Oh, we just
So I
don't hear
didn't
him
get
in
down
here.
to I didn't get a block break till way too late in there, and that just
We don't hear Opry on Discord. I can sort of hear him through the stream.
Yeah, don't worry about me. You guys talk it out. You can't hear me on Discord. My Discord's fucked up. I'd like to hear what you guys have to say, though.
So maybe I'll just quickly go. I'll go ahead first, real quick here. I didn't love that seed, but I didn't mind it either. I wanted to try and differentiate myself pretty early on, and so when we got that early heart. Instead of going to the Brahms location right away, I wanted to check. I wanted to check the Jova spot first. I'm drawing a blank on what the Mullet Man gave us, but it gave us something not that helpful. I think it might have been a crystal.
Crystal. It was a crystal.
Yeah. I was planning on leaving Berkeley for a while. I was gonna pretty much fade it until I had to come through with the red crystal, and then we got the red crystal really early. And so I decided to sort of go nuts with my route, and I did a boost early, did Rover Mansion, and then ultimately I found myself just clearing out the right side of the board, like hoping it was a Trolley Water seed. And I was finding stuff like, I did a Carmilla kill with the leather whip. Then I went out to the right side of the map, and I finally got the Holy Water and Brahms, and liked my chances at that point. Came back and did everything, and yeah, finished pretty good.
Well, I went to do a graveyard jump blob boost, and I had 2 garlics at that point, and I dropped one of my garlics, and then I died before I could see the duck. So then I had to drop my other garlic, get the duck, and hopefully find another garlic at some point. Which I did, and then in the other graveyard, it was completely worthless.
I heard Stephen Q Beats was like the only one who did Berkeley first.
I did.
Steve, are you on the call or no?
Stephen Q Beats is not on
Are
the
you
call.
saying
No, he's
yeah,
not.
chat?
He's on my chat. though.
As soon as I found the oak steak in Alba, I went back and did Berkeley. So, because I checked the Berkeley spot, or checked the Ondel spot first, went back to Jova, got the heart.
That's what I was thinking a lot of people were going to do.
Yeah, so when I got that oak steak in Alba, I went back and did Berkeley, and then got the garlic. But then I totally forgot to check the graveyard, but I mean, that ended up not burning me in the end, but I forgot to check the graveyard after I got garlic, and then headed east after that.
Yeah, I didn't even know Berkeley was over there. I just went straight to Brad Mountain as soon as I got the heart. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get the heart. I'm gonna go to Brad Mountain. Maybe that'll do something different for my run. Which, got the oak steak and Alba, so that was good. And then I think the first mansion I did was Laruba. I did Laruba with Thorn Whip. And it was alright, but,
Did you do the Carmilla kill with the Thorn Whip?
Yep. Yes, I did.
Wow.
You should all be so proud of me. No, I got Thorn Whip. That's all I had, and I made it through. Which, of course, Carmilla. What did Carmilla even drop? I'm trying to remember now.
Garlic. Yeah, like
Garlic,
I didn't get.
I was like-
I got my garlic from Carmilla.
That's why I got
was
my
just.
garlic too. So that
I was
actually was kind of
extremely-
important for me. Except that there was nothing good for me that the garlic drops.
I was extremely lucky that that the vendor had the silver knife, because I was in Laruba with 0 hearts. Like I had like I think 30 hearts, and I used 15 gold knives on Carmilla.
This
Like
is
I was
live,
down
Rise
to
Fall.
one more
They just
body
finished
blow,
up a,
and I was going
they
to
just
get
finished up a
wiped
seed or
out.
a
So I had
race.
to play kind of conservatively. And so if the vendor had something, I would have been up shit's creek because I would have had just a leather whip.
Yeah,
I
the
would
race
have
is
to
over
leave.
now.
Farm hearts come back, so that I was trying to avoid that.
Yep. So yeah, what did me in was just not getting the
How you doing, Rise? Good
not
to see
getting a
you.
block break for way too long, you know.
Like anybody got one for way too long.
I know. And I actually, when I first tornadoed over, I was like, oh, Ondal's right here. And I was like, I should maybe just continue forward. And if I would have done Brahms, and that would have been amazing. But I decided that it would be
No,
better
we're good. They can't hear me
once I
right now
found
for one
Ondal, I
reason
was
or
like,
another. Silly.
go back and do Rover, which ended up being a bad move. Oh well. I got the ring in Rover, so that was important. But getting getting that holy water early would have been amazing.
So, tough break for Billick. I think Billick I couldn't really see clearly because he doesn't have a tracker going, but I think he just was missing one item and just kept missing where it was. I think he somehow had checked off, if what I heard Aubrey's comment saying, he had checked off in his head the the algebra location with Rover. And so I think he missed what he needed there. But just shows, anything can happen on any given Monday.
I know. I'm gonna remember that I beat Billick. That may never happen again. What was it I said earlier? So you're saying there's a chance?
Yeah.
Oh man.
I'm gonna just let everybody know. I'm gonna drop off the call in just a moment. I'm probably gonna go back live myself and run a seed. Apparently, Freeland sent me a troll seed he originally rolled as a joke. So I think Freeland and I might run those just sort of offline, but I might run it on my stream just for fun.
Yeah.
For those of you who are tuning in, first of all, as Stephen Q Beats would remind us all, it was a rib blast for a lot of us. But for everyone else who's there, please know that this is the second of the 4 live races that we're doing on the 19th of each month. So the next one is June 19th, and the last one will be July 19th. It's Door Rando and Map Rando, respectively. And of course, we still have the other seeds of the week. We're on seed number 8, and that's still available. So please, anyone, feel free to throw your hat in. All you need is one qualifying seed, and you qualify for round 1 of the playoffs. So I hope we can get as many people in as possible.
What happens with the points on tonight's with the forfeit? Does that change the point totals?
I'm going to. I actually, if math teacher guy Kiglonian and Silva are here, I need to actually speak with you guys once Opry gives us the all clear that we're not on stream anymore. I just need to quickly chat with you about something scoring related.
Yeah, we're still here.
All right, they can't hear me, but just wanted to say thanks to all the runners there. They did a fantastic job today. Real proud of them. Lots of interesting routing choices today. Lots of fun. Lots of great times. But yeah, like David was saying, if you guys would like, you're welcome to follow this channel for more restreams of these races. You also can check out the CV2R Discord. But that'll be dope. Yeah, next race is June 19th. That's going to be Door Rando. And then July 19th is going to be Map Rando, which is going to be cray. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Everybody that joined in there, Kigalonian, Stephen Q Beats, JD Silva, math teacher guy, Let Create, David Amber, Billick, everybody that joined in. I know I'm forgetting somebody here, but everybody that raced today, really great job. And it was a lot of fun. It really was. So I'm going to post this VOD here to YouTube as soon as I get off of here. And I might be back later tonight to do some sprite testing. I made a new sprite for CV2. Matter of fact, I'll show you guys what that sprite looks like real quick. I think you'll appreciate this. Hang on, let me just show you what this looks like.
You know it's Opry, bitches.
You know it's Opry, bitches.
Sometimes you gotta put fresh halls right in your mouth when you're playing them video games at night and your voice gets scratchy. All you need is some fucking fresh holes in your motherfucking mouth. Fresh holes.
Y'all check this shit out. I think you're gonna like this. Before I go, I just want y'all to see this. I've come here for fresh holes and kick ass. All out of ass. Yeah, so this is Medusa. She throws a snake. Like she slings snakes out of her back of her head to whip with. So I want you guys to see the death animation because I'm really proud of it. Hang on a second. Watch this. All the snakes pop up. Anyway, I made this sprite today, so it's pretty stupid, but it's really funny when you have multiple Medusa heads on screen at the same time. Hey, the floor drops aren't a problem. Floor drops aren't a problem. Look at that. See if we can find a Medusa head to make fun of. Hey, buddy. We're similar in size to one another, buddy. Snakes. Anyway, this sprite here is available to Snack Please. It's available to play. I put a seed in Discord, in the CV2R Discord under development. You guys are welcome to play it. Give me your opinions on it. Let me know if you think it. Lots of snakes. Let me know if you think it needs some additional work. Whether you think I'm crazy. Whether you think I'm crazy or not doesn't really matter, because I know I'm crazy. Look at this. Look at this fucking Medusa head right here. Oh, it looks crazy as shit with the rib. It looks crazy as shit with the rib. Just a head with a fucking shield in front of it. Anyway, that seed and the associated JSON file are both... Hey, David, did you see this shit? Check this out, David. Get up off my dick. You like the death sprite? Yeah. Oh, we got multiple Medusas here. Bro, it's just too much fun, man. It's just too much fun, man. It's just too much fucking fun, man. Yeah, I did, Kig. I did. Kig, did you see the death animation? Hang on. It's the only thing good about this sprite is the death animation. It's a bunch of fucking snakes coming out. Whatever, bro. Anyway, that's I don't ever play with a emulator, but That's my emulator juice for the day. But yeah, it's fun. I posted it to my Discord, and I also posted it to the CV2R development Discord as well. So you guys can check it out there if you would like to. Let's see. Who have I got for a raid target? David, are you going live, dog? If you're going live, I'll just raid you. So you can have some of this CV2 love you helped create. Alright, well, fuck it then. If he's gonna take all that time. So I was thinking we could do like different colors, like a fuchsia Medusa head, a bright blue Medusa head. It's so fucking dumb, dude. It makes no sense. It's so fucking stupid. Which randomizes the main health bar. Oh, health bar color. Okay. Screen within a screen. Oh, that's weird, isn't it? Now, why would it do that? That's fucking bizarre. Huh. I wonder why. Well, it could be an emulator thing. I don't know. I don't use emulators much. No, it's not 2 captures. It's just 1. Yeah, it's just 1 capture. I only have 1 capture active. It's weird. I'm restreaming my own stream. Yeah, because restreaming has been going so well for me lately with technical issues. Although tonight didn't go too bad. I felt like tonight went pretty well with the restream. The only thing is, I wish it looked more like a snake coming out of the back of her head. It does, but it's not quite. It's kind of hard to do it with... I don't know. So fucking dumb, dude. It's damn ridiculous, I tell you. All right, folks, we're going to go see our good friend David Anber here. He won the race just a minute ago, so hopefully you guys hopefully you guys can go over there and show him a little bit of love. He's doing some more CV2. I'm looking forward to watching him run. So hope you guys have a great night. I may be on a little later. I don't know. We'll see. But hope you guys have a great night. Kalari, did you see my seed? Oh, you saw it. You saw it. Anyway, all right. Good to see everybody. You guys have a great night. I may be back later. Who knows? We may just do some sprite work. I don't know. Anyway, love y'all. Thank you again for being here. Thank you for coming to show your support for the CV2R Racing. Appreciate each and every one of you. Let's go show David some love.
To go here. Oh my goodness, it's Opry 99er raiding in with a party of 21. Hello, my good pal Opry. Hello, everybody else. Whip Dragon. Hey, JD Silva, like the emote.